Hey world, it's your girl Nina Love. Thanks for being here. This is my regular Wednesday video podcast. Every Wednesday I sit down and discuss different topics, usually about love and relationships, but I have an opinion on everything. So there's no topic that is taboo for me. I like to talk about anything and everything. Thanks for being here. You can follow me on Facebook at Love Nina Love. Give me a thumbs up. Go ahead, like my page. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter at Love Nina Love. Today is November 14th, and this will always be a special day for me. Kind of bittersweet, but I will always remember this day. It is what used to be the wedding anniversary for my ex-husband and I. And I don't know if any of you have read my past blog entries from before on how me and my ex got married, but we eloped. We eloped in, I think the town is Evansville, Illinois. We were in St. Louis, Missouri. This girl from Hawaii flew to St. Louis, and a couple days later, I married my ex-husband, and we went over the border into Illinois. So St. Louis, Missouri is like right on the border of Illinois. And so we went to Illinois because you only had to wait 24 hours from applying for your marriage license to getting married. You only had to wait 24 hours, where in Missouri and Kansas, which is the other bordering state, you had to wait 3 days, I believe. And he and I were just not going to wait. We're going to do it. We're going to get married. We're in love. We just wanted to move forward with our lives, and we were impatient. So we drove. I think it was only like maybe an hour, maybe 90 minutes at the most, drive over the border to Illinois. We only knew each other 7 months before we got married, and we lasted 13 years. So that's quite an accomplishment, and we grew with each other. So November 14th, it's a special day for me, and it's kind of bittersweet. And what comes up in my actually Facebook it didn't remind me, I will always remember this day, but some of the reminders on the Facebook feed, you know how it has the memories. So looking back, I think I got onto Facebook 2008. Wow, 10 years on Facebook. Anyway, every November 14th, there's some kind of memory attached to it, like in my memory feed where my ex and I were doing something. And one of our favorite places to eat was at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. It's still one of my favorite places to eat, but I haven't gone back since he and I split. And I love the ribeye. Anything you eat there at Ruth's Chris is so yummy. I love escargot, and they have a great escargot appetizer. So that's one of our favorite places, and it came up in my timeline. And what else came up in my timeline was like times that he sent me flowers. Oh, I think 2014 or 2015, he sent like the most beautiful bouquet of a mixed bouquet of lilies, and it was so beautiful. And I missed that. He was when it was good, when he and I was good, it was good. And then we just fell apart at the end, and that's usually what happens in a relationship. But I wasn't going to give up. I would have never walked away. This was his choice. So anyway, I'm still going to celebrate every November 14th. And what actually started this whole celebration on November 14th was when he and I first split. We split in September of 2016, where he announced he wanted a divorce, and we were signing papers within the week. And my friends and family thought it would be great to throw me a divorce party. So I don't know if divorce parties are a thing. I haven't Googled it or anything, but I thought, okay, so the end of September, we say we're getting a divorce. Within the week, we sign papers, and then it's in the court system, right? Goes through the court. The judge has to approve it or whatever. So within that time, I had I had gone on several trips to just like I couldn't think clearly and I just needed to get away from it all. So I went on several trips. I went to Texas in October. So that September, I left in October, mid-October, I went to Texas. And then at the end of October, I went to Maryland. And when I came home from Maryland, it was right before November 14th. So it was like, I got to Hawaii from Maryland like November 13th. No, it was November 14th. I got home from Maryland. And when I got home, waiting for me was the final divorce decree. Like within 6 weeks from the time we signed our papers, 6 weeks later, our marriage was done. And I received the divorce papers on November 14th. And so to deal with the heartache I felt and that overwhelming pressure, my friends and family threw a divorce party, which was, I don't know if it's a thing, like I said, and it should be a thing actually, because, I was feeling low. And so anyway, we go to on the sunset sail. We always go on the sunset sail. It's something my cousin Mahia has always hooked us up. She's like, let's go on the sunset sail. And now it's my thing. Every time I go home, I want to go on the sunset sail or go on the catamaran. And it's like a 90-minute ride off Waikiki Beach towards Diamond Head. And then you just loop back around and come back to Waikiki Beach. And so that's what we did for the divorce party. And it was so fun. Like, so I go on the cruise, I let it all go. And in fact, you can read the blog below where I detail and I detail everything that happened. And then we ended up, after we came off the catamaran, we went into the bar Duke's. I think it's Duke's Bar and Grill right on Waikiki Beach. Beautiful view, live music, great drinks, great atmosphere. It's a wonderful place to be. And they had given me a sash, like a pageant sash and flower lei. And the pageant sash said, "I'm divorced, bitches." It's so cute. And, I wasn't feeling happy. This wasn't something that I really wanted, but there was no changing his mind. So I just have to keep continuing to move forward. So the "I'm divorced, bitches" I wish I kept the sash, but it got ruined in my move. So in several moves I made actually after the divorce. We had to sell our house, and then I moved to my dad's house. And then from my dad's house, I house sat for like 6 months. And then from there, I moved back to dad's house before I moved here to South Carolina. So in all of that mess, somehow my "I'm divorced, bitches" sash got ruined. But what's so beautiful about what they did for me, what my friends and family did for me, because that actually was like the second or third divorce party. The first one was given by my cousins on my dad's side, who we went to a bar, Haleiwa Joes in Kaneohe. Then we ended up at bar Ohana's in Temple Valley. That was the first one. And the toasts that were given, I will not repeat here, but they were so fun and I have so much memories of it. And my really good friend, Monica, was there along with my cousins. So Monica, Mahia, and then a bunch of my cousins from my dad's side. And we had a good time, had a blast. And I should do it again when we go home. And the second divorce party was my cousin on my mom's side, the one that I actually came here, moved with here in South Carolina. She flew me up to Maryland. We'll never forget that because, man, I was in such a dark place. And then when I came up to Maryland, that's when I did the Maxwell concert and, oh, such good memories. So actually the third divorce party, was when I came home, saw that the divorce was granted. And that's when I was just letting it all go. And I go into more detail in my blog. You'd have to read it because if I talk about it, I get so choked up and I hate to cry in front of the camera. So November 14th is always a special day for me. Before, it would be to celebrate love with a man that I loved. Now it just celebrates me, and I celebrate that I never gave up, and I will always keep that in my heart, that I never gave up. And so anyway, what's one of the things, if you've been divorced, what's one of the things you did right after you're divorced? I'm so grateful my friends and family threw me a divorce party, and maybe people should do that to celebrate the, you know, whatever, celebrate yourself. Like that's been my whole thing since I split from my ex, is celebrating who I am and just being the best me that I can be. And hashtag, I still believe in love. I do believe that somebody wants to love me with as much passion and fervor that I have. So I know I'll find it, and I know I will have it. And I look forward to it. Anyway, have a great week, everybody. It's your girl, Nina Love.